2016 marks half a century of service and innovation at Piedmont Technical College. To celebrate this milestone, we've invited members of our community, past and present, to share their PTC experiences. This is one of those stories.
Many people have asked me how I became a part of the South Carolina Technical College system. And let me just share this story with you, and that I think it is very interesting. I graduated Clemson with a degree in chemical engineering and went to work in industry. And I worked with this manufacturing company for a couple of years, and then I had an opportunity to go to work in research. And went to work as an assistant to Dr. Hernstadt, who was the director of research. And I loved my work because Dr. Hernstadt was very collaborative, he was very open and friendly, and I was young, out of college, and he was a senior research scientist. And the projects that he worked on, I worked on. Everywhere he went, I went, and I couldn't have enjoyed a job more fully. After a couple of years of working with Dr. Hernstadt as his executive assistant, I came to work one day, and everyone had kind of long faces, and I said, "What in the world is going on?" They said, "Dr. Hernstadt died last night." I said, "Oh goodness," it just blew my mind, because he was such a wonderful person with whom to work, and I couldn't imagine working with anyone else. Well, after about 3 months, a new director of research came in. He was totally different from Dr. Hernstadt. Where Hernstadt was very collaborative and warm and friendly and encouraged people to provide input into any decision, the new director of research was very dictatorial, autocratic, yelled at people. He didn't want to hear anything that anyone had to say. He wanted to give all of the orders. And I went home and told my wife, I said, "This is not fun anymore. I need to find me something else that I can really enjoy." Well, working in research, you have to sign confidentiality agreements. So I took the papers that I had signed to an attorney, and he looked at them, and he said, "Lex," said, "they can't hold you hostage, but you can't really work for any competitor of this company for at least 2 years. And my thought was, well, what can I do for 2 years? And that weekend, my wife and I drove up to Greer, where her parents lived, and while there, I looked at the want ads in the Greenville News, and I saw that a job was listed there, just a small ad that said, "Engineer needed, preferably chemical engineer, to teach courses in math, science, engineering courses." And I thought to myself, I can do that. I've always enjoyed those science courses, and I'm sure I can do that. So we stayed over an additional day, and I went over to meet the people and interview, and I was hired on the spot to work at Greenville Technical Education Center, as it was called then. And I was one of the first 8 faculty members to be employed by Greenville Tech, and this was before the first student was accepted the first year that the technical college system was open. So I started my employment with the technical college system in the very beginning of the system. And I love teaching. I love the students. I love doing everything about the educational arena, much like I had enjoyed working with Dr. Hernstadt. Tom Barton, the director of Greenville Tech, was very much like Dr. Hernstadt. He was very collaborative. He encouraged people. He made you want to work there, what made you want to assist in the overall education process, to prepare students for the world of work. And although I had planned to only stay in education for 2 years and then go back to work in industry, I never looked back. I never did apply to go back into industry. I enjoyed what I was doing, and I stayed with the technical college system for 46.5 years. About 6 years at Greenville Tech, about 40 years here, almost 40 years here at Piedmont Technical College.